到时候再来做一下。
对，我们可能是在那个110那边。
我刚出去8米不到吧，他就直接提示我，而且反馈很快。
看他你就下意识的就是这样停在停止线这里了。我觉得它这个还是很有作用的，节省一定的警力成本吧。我觉得在未来也是一个趋势嘛。
Alright, shalom, I'm giving an open Santi Abashi, my share Bashim Kohakorash. The ball is on the apostles of great millstone, and our ownership offers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above everybody are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Ashai, Bashim Kohakorash, giving all praises unto Bashim Ashai, Bashim Kohakorash. Okay, so this is going to be a video going into faith that you're going to have. And the premises you can see is these instruments of war that Esau is going to deploy against the people, against those that bark up against the NWO when they push it into the mass push, for want of a better statement. And effectively, if you don't comply to that order, you know you're gonna have to basically be dealt with the next generation of this robot that you just seen, that's gonna have an AK strapped around this proverbial waist, getting ready to shoot. And so I wanted to speak about faith. I wanted to speak about the mindset and the mind frame that you should be in as you see these systems be developed, as you see Esau put together other systems to protect what he believes is his, right? Which is the birthright. He wants to protect what he's got over the earth, which is the dominance over the earth, by any means necessary, whether it be Robo-cop chasing you down the streets because the AI sentinels searched out YouTube, saw you with a garment on, and now you are a threat to the infrastructure. Now you got Robo-cop chasing you down the street. Well, you're gonna have to have faith within that day. You're gonna have to have great belief within that day, to the end that you know you may be delivered out of this very, very trippy situation. That you know you may be delivered out of this very scary situation. And we see many examples of our forefathers as they went through these particular things, and as they went through these particular things, and they were tested off of Yahweh Shimei Shai, the Most High delivered them. What's going to be the test? The book of Revelations speaks about the hour of temptation. The book of Revelation speaks about how that in that day, it's not going to be like a day like you ever seen before, right? Everybody's going to be underneath and subject to that hour of temptation, where Esau's going to use you wanting a cheeseburger, a piece of fried chicken, because you're hungry, because he done removed all the food from these stores, because he's crashed the economy, because you're desperate. Your kids are crying because they haven't eaten for 17 days. Esau's gonna say, okay, well, here's how you can eat. You can either run away from Robo-cop, or you can comply and take the CHIP. We gotta look at our forefathers and the mindset that they had. Okay, they bowed not the image before Baal. They bowed not before the image of Baal. Salakia. I stick my tongue there. They bowed not before the image of Baal. They was faithful unto death. They were diligent in pursuing Yahweh Shimei Shai unto death, because they understood it was more of an issue, right? It was more of a problem. It was more of a failure in character to save one's life, but to lose Yahweh Shai, because they understood that this is it. This fleshly experience that we have, this isn't the end all be all. This fleshly experience that we have is not the end all be all of Yahweh Shimei Shai Bashim Kohakodash. right? This isn't the end all be all of the experience of man. There is something that's greater than this experience that's to come. And you want to be on the good side of that experience. That is to say, you rather sacrifice your comfortabilities here, family. Doth not the scripture say concerning the men of Yahweh outside, how they the word slipped me now, but I'll go back. It might come back. It slips. The point I was trying to make slipped my mind, but that's okay. It might come back. But ultimately, what's to come is greater than this. What's to come is more worthy than this. So trying to preserve this little waste man experience is really like a terrible thing. Okay, when you think about what a man could preserve here by means of taking the CHIP, you get a little universal basic income. That ain't nothing. You get to keep your little place. That's not nothing. You can hear the mice crawling in your loft, so to speak. You can hear the neighbors whispering next door, so to speak, man. You can hear them flush the toilet next door. So this experience here and what a man might have here, he might cleave onto here, it really ain't nothing, man. Even if you got it so-called good. Okay, even if you got it so-called good, look at the taxes that they're trying to implement. Why does a man work hard? So he can have nice things. Why does he work even harder? So his children can have even nicer things as well. But check this out. You got a situation now when you got those particular nice things out here within the UK, they're talking about 40% tax. After you done paid tax all your life on everything that you bought, you paid tax. Now they're saying if your assets are over 400,000, they're taking 40% of that when your children take it, unless you find some loophole. That's totally wicked. And this is what you're trying to preserve. This is what you're trying to preserve. You're a rich man. You got all of this inheritance you're gonna leave to your children, but they're gonna the government's gonna take a cut of that. So with 3-4 generations, it's unaffordable. It's unpractical. It's impractical for that estate to be within your legacy. So what are you fighting for? Even if you was rich, which we ain't rich like that. Okay, we ain't got people out here within the truth with $20 million, $20 million, right, residency. But I say all of that to say this, man. I say all of that to say this. Okay, when it comes down to it, we ain't got nothing to lose. Even if we lose our flesh, even we lose this experience on an account of Yahweh Shai, and we see these things, right? See these instruments of death walking down the streets. We're gonna lean upon Yahweh Shai. We're gonna lean upon faith, because through faith we understand even if Robo-cop gets us, even if Esau gets us, he can only capture the flesh. He can only hurt the flesh. We understand what's coming is spiritual. We understand we can be raised up from the dead. We understand those that die in Yahweh Shai, it's gonna be raised up first. So we needn't worry about these things. We must needs live in the faith and understanding that don't matter what's going to happen unto our flesh, doesn't matter what's going to happen unto our family, the Most High can add all of these things back onto us in abundance, in the kingdom to come, man. So hold on to faith, man. Even when you see these things, man, running and chasing you down the streets, man, understand Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us. With that, I'm going to say all praise unto Yahweh Shai, double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and the honest brothers that we're pushing in his truth and sincerity. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.